just left the run out in a place called the Archives in London, in Tottenham, I think it was. It was absolute chaos. I'm used to a bit of record shopping, and it's nice and leisurely. Pick up a few tunes, go and listen to them on the turntables in the headphones, decide what to buy. This was something else. It's kind of an event that's put on there. Loads of major record labels, all selling new stuff, lots of limited edition stuff by the looks of it that was there as well. And yeah, I thought it'd be a nice chilled out Sunday afternoon, but what a mistake it was to think that. Managed to pick up some good stuff though. There was a stall by Reinforced Records there, so I've got a couple of Tom and Jerry represses and some of the newer stuff they were doing. There was I didn't get anything from N4 Records. N4 Records had a stall there with Pete Cannon. Didn't grab anything from there, but I've got quite a few of the newest bits from that label anyway, so wasn't too worried about that. I met Ray Keith there. I picked up one of his albums that I don't know if it's brand new, maybe a couple of years old. I can't remember the name because I'm driving, but I grabbed that because I've been after that for a while. All stuff from 1994ish sort of time. That was nice. Some new stuff from Banging Tunes, FPD project, I can't remember what it was. I picked up a few bits off there still. I didn't actually know exactly what they were while I was there. I was kind of like a bit of a rabbit in the headlights moment, but I just grabbed them because they were all there. But I'm thinking they're going to be quite good. A Tango and Fallout release, a new one on Creative Wax. That's a release of something that was never properly released back in '94, I think. Can't remember the name of it. Was it Revelations, I think it might be called? But I'll whack that on later and give that a play. What else did I do? I've got a set of slip mats, Creative Wax slip mats. Mine have been a bit of a pain lately. They keep coming off the turntables every time I remove a record. So hopefully this is gonna fix that. But yeah, other than being absolutely rammed, it weren't too bad of a couple of hours, I suppose. Nice bit of music playing in there, loads of merchandise and bits from other stalls. Almost too many to mention, really. You know, there was so much there I didn't even recognise a lot of it, which is one of the downsides of not being able to pick up the record and play it. If I'd known what it was like beforehand, I probably would have tried to put a little bit of internet research and made a good list of what I wanted, but I didn't, so I couldn't. So it might well be that I've got a couple of records I don't really like when I get back, but I could always send them if I wanted. Anyway, I've now got a nice hour and a bit drive home from Tottenham, so I'm going to get back and then I'll whack a few of them on and let you know what they're like. Catch you later. I got back from the run out last weekend, but things got in the way when I got home. I didn't have time to go through the records that I bought. So I'm just going to show you now. It's bank holiday weekend. I'll run through what I bought and then I'm going to try and find time today to do a mix before I have to get on with stuff. Now, the first store I went to it actually wasn't the first store I went to when I was there. I lie. The last stall I went to was the Reinforced Records stall. I was going to go there at first, but it had such a massive queue. And because I didn't know what the kind of score was with the event there, I didn't know if I waited there like for an hour and a half, whether I'd actually be able to buy any other records anywhere else. So I actually went to the Reinforced one last, but we'll go through what I got there first. So this is a exclusive record store day. I don't know if that means they were only selling it there or whether they sold it anywhere else as well. Might be that you can buy this on their website, but that's on Arcade 150 label, and there's a track by Tech9 and Tom and Jerry. I will play some of these once I've run through them. I'm not going to do them all because the video will go on for ages, and a lot of it's going to be drum and bass and jungle, and it's going to sound mad. I don't actually listen to it an awful lot. I like hardcore more, but I didn't really know what was going to be sold there, and it turns out it was all just drum and bass and jungle. But I'm glad I got a lot of them, but I don't know if you'll actually want to hear them all. But we'll go through them anyway. Tom and Jerry repress. Now these, you know, if you're ever buying old school, you know, vinyl from back in the day, you know how expensive these are. Tom and Jerry stuff's like, it's like the holy grail. You know, your original 12-inch singles are going for between 100 and 250 quid each. So they put out some represses. They've done a few over the years. I've only just come across them. I've got quite a few of the originals anyway. But, you know, these were £15 each there. I think they were only selling them there as well. I was quite lucky that I got them before they sold out. But this is a repress of Strings and Me and Laughing Like Muttley, and Maximum Style and Hook and Drop. Both of those really expensive if you used to try and buy the originals. You can't actually get both of them tracks on the original anyway. They come out across 2 different vinyls. And I think they did as well, Strings and Me and Laughing Like Muttley. So they're nice. I'll probably play them quickly. We've got FBD Project The Core. Now, I think this repress actually come out a little while ago. I'm tilting this because I'm trying to see if there's a date on there. I don't think this is a 2005 repress. I think it might have come out last year. I've been listening to it and thought, oh, I've got to get a copy of that. I come back. Last weekend, I went on Discogs to add it to my collection, and it turns out I've actually got the original white label of it. So it just shows how well I know my record collection. I didn't realise that I actually had the original of that. Everyone's desperate for repress of it. Turns out I've already got it. This is a double pack on Reinforced called The Hard Way. It's got a track by Tom and Jerry, The Last Rolling, Sedzi and Mannix. Not listened to it yet, so don't know what it sounds like, but I will give the Tom and Jerry track a spin just so that we can have a listen to that. Got this, I bought this off of Ray Keith directly. Got one of them out there, put that back in there. So this is a five bits of vinyl in this album. He had a stall there for Dread Recordings, and yeah, he was selling them there. I had a chat with him and I thought, do you know what, I've got to buy something because the guy's such a legend. And I get this, so this is going to have some classic old jungle dub plates on it. So looking forward to having a listen to those and a play with those. This was on Banging Tunes' stall. They're the ones who done the core. These are remixes of the core, and one called Terminator. Look at this, this is quite nice. You undo that. Nice little gatefold with a little pop out bit. How nice is that, eh? Some old, like, back in the day looking flyers and bits and pieces on there as well. I think I'm going to take, if I end up liking these, I'm not saying I necessarily will, but it's a nice little collectible thing anyway. But I'll take the records out of there and put them in some, you know, some of their own, just some generic sleeves so they don't get damaged. These are some more remixes of the core. Johnny Jungle remix, Neil Tricks remix, B-Boy remix, and a track called The Future. Not actually, I haven't done that one yet, so I don't know what it's like. This is, let's do this one here first. This is Tango and Fallout Revelations. So this has never been released. It's a track from '94 that only ever come out as a dub plate, apparently. Never been released until now. There was a massive queue for this when I went in there. Huge queue for this for Creative Wax stall. Huge queue for the Tone Deaf Records. I was thinking, I'll pick up something from there. That was way too, I couldn't afford anything off of that stall. The guy had a load of original copies of stuff that had been found from back in the day. But, you know, it was expensive. I can see why he was selling it for the money he was trying to sell it for, because that's what it's worth on the second-hand market. There weren't no record fair bargain to be had there though, so I didn't get any. But yeah, there was a huge queue for this one, and you know, after about an hour and a half, I'm pretty sure all copies of this are sold out. So I don't know if you're going to be able to pick this up online at all, but if you can, it's good. And then this from Blueskin Badger Records. I've got to admit, I'd never heard of them before I went there, but I was so impressed with how this looked that I had to buy it. It's all like new jungle and drum and bass by unknown artists. They purposely don't say who the producers are, just so that everyone's on a kind of level playing field, I guess, when it comes to listening to them, which is a nice ethos. It's a 6 vinyl limited edition box set. Comes with a set of slip mats. I don't think I'm going to undo this. I'm going to keep all this as it is. It's got some nice stickers in it. Now, annoyingly, I'm looking to my turntables are a bit of a mess. There's some there's cash converters, like rejects basically. I picked them up at cash converters, they're probably stolen and sold by a crackhead somewhere, and I've picked them up online. They didn't cost me much, they were about 250 quid each, but they're in a right state. So I think I've already put one of these, because I've got a free sticker, I've already put one on there. And I think what I'm going to do is pass both of these turntables in just stickers from old record labels. Now this has got a load in it, but I'm reluctant to take them out there because it's a limited edition box set. Don't really want to remove anything. But what's it come with? Stickers, slip mats. It's got a little CD case there with a USB stick in it apparently. It's got all the tracks in digital format. I don't really mix digital, but it's a nice little thing to have. And then it's got 6, look at that, how nice is it? 6 lovely bits of vinyl in there. Pop them back on there. Now I'm going to take just this one out to show you. Oh, look at that. Look what it comes with as well. Each one comes with a nice little feedback form. It's got an email address on it, but back in the day, this sort of stuff would have come out with loads of promo records at the time. And, you know, the idea was you fill it out, send it back to the label so they've got an idea of how the record's doing. But that's a nice little touch, isn't it? There's one of them inside every one of those. And then look at this. So this is single-sided. That side's got 2 tracks on it. But look at that side. Look at, I don't know if you can see it there. Nice little bit of artwork on that side there. I really, really do like their logo. I think it's brilliant. That's a lovely little bit of a retro-looking logo work there. It's really nice. So they're all the ones I picked up there. And I did actually pick up another one as well. It wasn't from there, but I went to a record shop the same day. Adrenaline Records KZ1. This is a track by Stu J, I think. So I'll tell you what we do. We'll have a little play of this, because this is really nice. This is, I think it's 92, not sure to be honest. It sounds like it. Let's cue this up. Touched it. That's it. Listen to that, lovely bit of hardcore. Skip ahead a bit. Listen to that bass line. Lovely, isn't it? Quite expensive, £25. But, you know, that's what second-hand 1992 hardcore costs at the end of the day. But I'm quite happy with it. It sounds really nice. What I didn't realise, it's actually just been repressed as well. So I could have got it for 15 quid. I forget what label. What label's repressed it? Is it Rave Records? No, what is it? Vinyl Fanatics have just done a repress of it. So you can pick this up for 15 quid. In fairness, if I'd known I could get it for 15 quid, I wouldn't have bought this, because I'm not that precious about having original vinyls. I just like having the music on vinyl. But I guess it's nice to have the original white label, even if it doesn't mean that much to me. Probably rather have £10 in my pocket. This is a nice one. That's nice, isn't it? Listen to that. We like that. Very good. Let's go ahead a little bit, see what it's like there. Oh yeah. Nice bit of old school piano there. Good choice there. We like that one. We like that one. It's £25 lighter. Right. Let's run through some of these new ones. I'm not going to do them all because there's so many of them, and I don't want it to go on too long. So let's do this Revelations one. Now this is one of the biggies of the day. Like I say, this is one of the ones that everyone was queuing up to buy. What speed we got? Drop it from there. So only ever released on dub plate apparently by Tango and Fallout. I guess a few big DJs back in the day had a copy of it, but it's obviously been on people's wants list forever, which is why they've repressed it, or done a release of it, should I say. It's not even really repressed. Sounds a bit like it should be on Good Looking Records, doesn't it? A sort of bell tune vibe to it. Gonna drop in a minute. Oh yeah, look at that. This store was so busy, you know, the queue for this must have been 8 or 9 deep. They did have some other records on the store as well, but almost everyone was grabbing 1 or 2 copies of this. I only picked up one. I don't have the need for 2 really. I buy it to listen to, not to collect. I say that, but then I said I bought that and don't plan to use it. But you know, bit of a hypocrite there. But either way, this is the tune I want to play rather than leaving the box. That is very nice, isn't it? We like that. Right, we won't do the other side, but if you're interested, the other side is the Essence of Aura remix. But you can easily go on the Creative Wax, must have their own website. You can listen to both sides of that. Not going to undo that just yet. Oh, no, not going to undo that at the moment. Banging tunes. Let's have a look at one of these. Let's get the core out because this is the. Come on. Look at that. Isn't that nice? Translucent smoked red vinyl. That looks lovely. Let's do this side here. I don't know if this is the Madcap remix or the Pete Cannon remix. If it's a Pete Cannon one, it's going to be absolutely mental. That's nice. Ho ho ho. Dark. More drum and bass vibe than a dark hardcore vibe, but that's nice. We like that. Then let's check out this other side quickly as well. All a bit slower. Maybe a bit more truer to the original. That's dark. Now that sounds more like a remix of the original.
We've got to get to the core.
Rather than a rethinking of the original. It sounds like it come out from back in the day. I like that. They're both really good. One side nice and fresh and modern sounding, the other side sounding like it could have come straight out of '93. Let's get the Rave key funds for the minute. Right, let's have a get you out of there. These are really nice. Look at these. They actually had these in clear as well. If I'd queued for the reinforced stall before going into the main part of the record fair, I would have actually picked up a clear version. But the person in front of me in the queue bought the last of the clear copies of this, so I've got the black ones, which it doesn't really matter. You know, they're all going to sound good. But look at that though, what a nice big label on there. One track per side on the 12-inch, but a big old label on it. We like that. So this is Tom and Jerry. A new track, is not a repress. Oh, yes. Listen to that bass line. Oh, we like that. I do like that. This might go in my jungle mix this weekend. I like that. Very nice, very nice, very nice, very nice. Let's see what this side sounds like. I don't know what this is going to be like. Not sure on that. Oh, no, I like it. Let's skip ahead. Yep. Very nice, very nice. Different jungle vibe to some other stuff that I've got, but I like that. Bit more ragga inspired. We'll pop that there. So what we've got, we've actually got the core there. If you haven't, when I play, yeah, let me play that quickly, in case you don't know what it is. So this is quite a desirable bit of vinyl, to be honest. We'll put the core on here. Let's drop it from there. Real dark hardcore. Listen to that. Check out the stickers. I think these will look quite nice plastering those. So that's what I plan to do. I've just got to find somewhere selling them. This is another thing I've got. Some new slip mats. Creative Wax slip mats. They were selling them on their stall as well, so I grabbed a set to replace my old Dr. Suzuki super slippy slip mats that every time I pulled a bit of vinyl off, the slip mat would come off with it. So I picked up a set of these as a replacement. I think they look quite cool actually. Gives the freshens up the decks a bit, doesn't it? Back to this out. That's nice, isn't it? That's really dark. Pop that off. I was a bit overwhelmed at the record fair, to be honest, because I didn't know what I was going there to buy. I kind of assumed, that's all right, I'll go there, I'll go to each stall, I'll have like a, you know, I'll pick up a couple of records, I'll go and chuck them on a turntable, have a listen to them and see what it's like. You know, normally if I go record shopping, it's quite chilled. Couple of hours, I thought it'd be quite fun. I'll go through, go to each stall, check out everything they've got and have a listen. turns out it was just absolute carnage there. It was so busy. It was like queuing up to go into a nightclub. So you get in there, and the pressure to just go round to whichever stalls you can and buy up was insane. And without the opportunity to actually listen to anything I was buying, I just had to go on, you know, do I recognise that record label? Do I know the artist that, you know, is on the release? Is it likely to be any good? The only ones I knew were being sold was this track by Tom and Jerry. Everything else in the whole thing I had no idea about. So some of what I bought isn't going to be what I'd normally listen to, but you know, I'm still going to like it anyway. Right, this is Maximum. What's it called? I forgot already. Maximum Style. That's it. We'll take this from here. Come on. Listen to this bass line. Whoa. That's amazing, isn't it? How can you not like that? Can't say it's worth 150 quid, but you know, 15 quid for this, I'm quite happy with that. The original can stay on Discogs. That's lovely. That is the definition of a fat bass line. We like that a lot. There must have been, you know, 300-400 people queuing up at the reinforced stall, and it's literally just to get really a copy of this and a copy of this. And that is nice. You'll probably find these for sale on eBay now or on Discogs. Someone's going to have bought one and tried to sell it on. Not lucky. Is it lucky? I don't know. You could only buy one copy of each Tom and Jerry record anyway. They were limited to one. You could buy 2 copies of the other stuff on their stall or 1 copy of these. So, I've got one of each of these and I've got one of the others as well. Let's drop this from here. This is Who Can Draw. Hey, listen to that. Dirty. Oh yes. We like that. That is such a filthy bass line. I love that. Right. Goodbye, Tom and Jerry. Back in your bag for now. You are going to be in the mix later. Let's do this one as well. So, Strings and Me, Laughing Like Muttley. Other side. So, this is Laughing Like Muttley. Maximum Style, Who Can Draw. I think they probably come out in 1994. Not so sure on this. Probably 94. Originally, you know, both of the tracks on the other one wouldn't have originally been on the same bit of vinyl. You know, they were out across a couple of bits of vinyl, but they've just put them both together on that. I think they were originally 4 trackers. That's the full listen to that. That's lovely. Nice. Keep an eye out for these. You might be able to pick them up. Someone might be selling them and not trying to rip you off. This one's a bit more hardcore than it is jungle, if I remember rightly. Let's go forward a bit. Yeah, that's nice. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Okay, you go away as well. You live in there. So in you go. What else we got here? What we're going to play here? I'll tell you what, I'm not going to play that one. Although we'll have a little look at it. Alex, it looks really nice. Look at that lovely bit of orange vinyl. These are both really new tunes. They're not represses, but they're in a similar style to Older Jungle. If you're interested, it's Arcade 150 is a record label, and it's Acco 150. That's a catalogue number, and that's Tom and Jerry, and then Tech 9 on there. This is the Ray Keith, The Golden Years. What we got from here? Oh, look at that. It's got a poster in it. How nice. Right. Let's, what we got in here? So we all know the chopper. What else do we know? Let's listen to And I Don't Ramp. No, let's do Sing Time. What side switch? Side E. This isn't it. Let's drop that. Oh yes. Oh, this is Lost in a Basement at Bagley's music. We like this. It says back to 94, but I don't know if this is from 94 at all. Still, it sounds good. Come on. Oh yeah, we like that. Right, let's flip this over. Sing Time VIP mix, let's do it from here. It's about to drop. We like that. Oh yes. Come on. Come on. Do, 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 do. Okay, we like that one. Lovely. Right, okay. I'm not doing any more of those because I can see this has gone on for half an hour already so far. And do you know what? I actually got, in the last one of these I've done, I said, oh, I should keep it short because no one watches them or listens to them. And they still don't. Like the average viewing time is about 5 minutes. But some people watch it all, which is nice to hear. So if you left a comment saying that you actually watched the whole video, thank you very much. It really is appreciated. Yeah, and I appreciate the comments. I can't get that in there. I'll do one at a time rather than forcing them in. The problem with, take these in and out of here too often, and what happens is, see that little corner there, the vinyl starts to catch on it, and soon you start tearing up the inside of the box. That's gone in there now. I think I'm gonna go through that, take out the ones I actually really like, and put them into some like generic sleeves, and then I'm going to put the box away somewhere where it won't get damaged. Right, we'll have a blast of one of these, because I have had a listen through them already, and they're all of a similar vein. That's not to say that it's only worth listening to one, but there's a lot of tracks there. I'm not going to play you all of them, but this will give you a vibe of the sort of stuff that's in those. You can actually buy these individually. It's not just a box set, although they've done it as a limited edition box set. They've released all 6 of these as individual vinyls for 15 quid each, so it's worth checking them out and seeing what you think of them, and just buying the ones you want, basically. Let's go. That's nice. I don't know if I said it earlier. Each of one of these comes with a nice little feedback form as well. Bit of a retro touch, I suppose, but you can email them, you know, give them feedback on the track. I'm obviously playing to a massive club of 1, which is me in my dining room, but if you're playing these and you've got people who actually listen to you, maybe you want to let them know how it goes, how everyone reacts to it. This is nice, isn't it? Quite dark. Probably a bit darker than I would normally listen to or play, but that's pretty heavy, isn't it? It's nice. Proper skank out music. Come on. Yes. Right, last one will be this one. That's proper drum and bass speeds. A lot faster than anything I'd normally listen to or play, but I like it nonetheless. Maybe if I went through all these ones I've picked up, I'll be able to put enough tracks together to have a mix of this sort of stuff. I haven't really got any in my collection at the moment, but I'm sure with a little bit of thought I could work something out. Most of what I own is from probably, in reality, 89 to 94, 95. I don't have much after 95 really. I've got the odd handful of drum and bass tracks, but not a lot really. Most of it's pre-96, without a doubt. And this doesn't, I can't imagine this going too well with stuff from that sort of era, but I do like it. And look at this other side. Look at that lovely bit of artwork on there. It's got that wicked DSM logo on there. I don't know if that's Blueskin Badger's logo or just DSM, but I do like that. That's really nice. It's a nice touch, that. It's a nice touch. So yeah, that's everything I picked up anyway. Let's pop this back away. I'm now going to have a little tidy up, and then I think I'm going to try and put together the jungle mix that I've been meaning to do for ages, that life and work has just got in the way of me doing. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you later.